Hello friends, I am Professor Santosh Gaikwad. Today I am here to share a beautiful concept with you about the communication. We all know that we are very much excited to share our feelings, emotions, knowledge, ideas, opinions, views, and so on with one another. That is the only reason nowadays we have witnessed that social media has become so much popular all over the world. So you will say social networking sites and media such as WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, or any other are used largely by most of the people, including all ages. This has got valid reason because we want to share with each other, and that is the basic fundamental principle of communication. So before we go to the concept of communication, it is important for us to know what is communication exactly. We do it, we practice it, we speak, we talk. However, many times we don't realize the way we talk, is it correct? Is it acceptable? Is it accurate? Is the front person able to hear me or convey the same meaning? Perhaps no. So here we are talking about how to communicate effectively. So let us start somewhere. Okay. The term communication is derived from the Latin term communicare, which means to share. I have already told what to share. People have a lot of stuff to share with each other. What do they share exactly? They have got some interesting, innovative, creative ideas. They have got some interesting stories. They have got some interesting areas of knowledge. And that is what they are sharing. The way I am sharing with you. So I have some knowledge about communication studies and I am sharing with you. That's how I communicate. Based on the purpose of communication, there are different types of communication. For example, verbal communication, written communication, non-verbal communication, horizontal communication, upward communication, downward communication. There are different types of communication. Very important, written communication. So we do communicate, sometimes with the help of words, sometimes with the help of technology. So we can also say that technical communication can be another area or type of communication. Now once we know that communication is nothing but it is an exchange of ideas from one person to another, from one group to another group, or from one community to another community. It has no restriction in terms of number of participants. However, minimum 2 members should be there, ideally to convey the message and receive the message effectively. Okay, so by now we have understood what is communication. It is sharing the ideas, emotions, feelings from one person to another in an effective manner. This is very important. We do share, but sometimes there are some lacunas, some problems, some barriers in communicating the messages. And that's the only reason there is a lot of confusion, misunderstanding, or misinterpretation while communicating. So we have to avoid this. For that reason, we will see how to communicate effectively. So if we want to communicate effectively, we have to follow certain principles of communication. We can say these are the guidelines of communication. In short, they help us to understand what kind of rules do we need to follow, what kind of parameters we must have while communicating with one another. They all begin with, these all principles begin with C's and they are 7 in number. That's the only reason they are also called 7 C's of effective communication. Okay, I repeat, 7 C's of effective communication. So I will explain this one by one with examples. Please listen very carefully. Okay, so the first principle is clarity. It states that we must be clear in communication. When I say clear, it means we must use accurate use of words. That is the vocabulary. Or we should be very clear in terms of our thought process. What to say, how to say, when to say, whom to say. It should answer all these questions. If it is answering all your questions, it means your communication is clear. First, clarity. The second principle is conciseness. It simply means being precise. So when we say being precise, it means not too short. We have to be very careful, cautious while using the words. It is also called economy of words. Conciseness, only share the required information. No insufficient information or no overloaded information as well. Only required information is essential. For example, when we wait at railway station platform, we see different kinds of announcements are continuously going on. The announcements are very peculiar and precise. The announcements include only the platform number, the train number or the time, and from which direction it is going and coming from. So here only required information is shared. What will happen if we don't take care of the principle of conciseness? It will be very vague. People will not understand. They will get confused because a lot of overloaded information is shared. Or even if there is insufficient information, people will not get clear message out of it. So we have to be concise while communicating the message. The third important principle is completeness. Your communication has to have beginning, middle, and an effective end. Only then there will be a complete cycle of communication. For example, if I drop any message on WhatsApp to my friend and he asked few questions regarding the message, I have to answer those questions. Only then the communication process will get completed. Sometimes we get replies, we get queries to our email which is sent by us. So it's our prime duty to reply those messages with required information. I say required information. Only then it is possible that you follow the principle of completeness. It has to have 360-degree complete cycle or process, we can call it. The next principle, which again begins with C, is correctness. Communication has to have correctness. It means it should be accurate by all means. For example, you should have used the tense pattern, sentence pattern, subject verb agreement correctly, accurately. If you are writing something, there should be an accurate use of punctuation marks. When it comes to verbal communication, you should be very much particular and accurate in terms of pronunciation. Or else, if you change the spelling, the different meaning will be conveyed. So accuracy has a lot of importance in English. We see there are different types of variations we realize when we go on international platform about English. So you see, Indian English is different than US English or UK English. But still, there are some common parameters which we have to follow. So the accent might be different for US than UK or than to Indian English. However, basic structure will not get changed. Hence, correctness is equally important. The next principle is coherence. Many times we talk, but surprisingly, people get deviated or they get away from the main topic. This we realize particularly when we are part of group discussion. The topic is something else and we keep on talking which is not main part of the topic, or the topic is completely deviated. When we talk during our flow of discussion, we have to ensure all the time that we talk about the same topic which is pre-planned or proposed. Hence, coherence means your talk should be completely relevant to the topic. Only then it will convey the same meaning. It will be a senseful communication. It will be a meaningful communication for all of us. And the same meaning will be interpreted by the front person or the audiences or the listener. Hence, more responsibility is with the speaker than the listener or the receiver. So, it should be relevant. Your communication should be completely with the topic, aligned with the topic. It includes also the way you share the examples, the way you share the cases, the way you share the incidents or events. It should revolve around the main topic. The next principle is concreteness. Your communication should include some solid facts and figures, key research, beautiful examples, which will support your views. It also increases the credibility factor of your communication, of your message. If you support your views by some data or key research findings, it has higher weightage. It is more trustworthy. People take you seriously because it is no more your personal opinion. It is well supported, backed by the solid facts. Hence, concreteness means you should always include some data or some valid, authentic sources from where you collected the information. For example, if I say India's literacy rate is very low, this statement is still vague. Reason being, the front person or the audience, they are not getting exactly how low it is. If it is low, exactly what is the percentage. However, if I share as per Indian Census 2011, India's literacy rate is 84.5%. This is for just example, okay? This statement has more credibility and more weightage when I put forward the audience than the earlier one, because it has got certain facts. It has got the percentage, and I can compare. The next stage would be the audience can compare whether it is good as compared to other countries of the world. So I can compare India's literacy rate with the developed countries, or with developing countries, or with underdeveloped countries as well. So your communication should provoke the thinking of the audience as well. This is the best outcome expected from the speaker as an effective speaker. So this is the concreteness. And the last principle is courtesy. We must be polite, humble when we are talking with people. We must respect them. Sometimes we may not like their opinion, but we should respect their opinion as well, even though they are not favorable to us. Communication is full of respect. We respect by responding, we respect by giving the answers, we respect by replying. There are a lot of ways to respond, and we should not react during the communication process. So, let me summarize the best and 7 C's, that is the principles of effective communication. So the first is clarity, second is conciseness, third is concreteness, fourth is correctness, fifth is coherence, sixth is completeness, and seventh is courtesy. So if we follow all these 7 principles in your life, in your day-to-day life, I must say, while drafting every single message, we should follow these 7 principles so that every single message given by you, whether it is in verbal or written form, will be effective, more credible, meaningful, and convey the same meaning what you want to share with people. Wish you all the best. With this, we will meet again for the next session. Thank you.